Hello, sunshine. It's Jav here, posting on time. So, it's Thursday, and again, I'm on time. I think we should come to the agreement right now about getting injured in the balls. I'll give you a pass on this last one because you forgot. So, next time you forget, then I think Stephanie should kick you in the balls. And then if I ever forget, I'll figure out some way to hit myself in the balls. So, let's make the deal right now. So, next time, if you're late, I expect to see some ball kicking. Which, I'm very torn, because on one hand, I really like watching your videos, so I don't want you to be late. But on the other hand, I really want to see you get kicked in the balls. So, I'm alright with either one. Well, I have good news for you. Our apartment is finally done up enough for me to give you a tour. So, you're about to see the first ever tour of our apartment. Now, you might see this later on Kelsey and I's channel, showing everyone else. But we haven't done that yet, and so you're, in fact, the first one ever to be able to take a look around. So you should feel very special. So, without further ado, let's get started. I'm in my entryway. Got my big key. Little key there. Eventually there's going to be a lot of like old-fashioned antique keys that we're going to get. We're going to put around there, which will look really cool. Then it leads us to our kitchen. It's kind of Paris themed. Like there's that and that, and then Eiffel Tower stuff there. So I mean, not very officially Paris themed, but close enough. Then our fridge of magnets, including one that you might recognize right there. There's kitchen, living room. All we have so far is a love seat and several office chairs, but we got a little fancy, decor going on above the love seat, which is kind of nice. And then Kelsey's hope chest, which is doubling as our coffee table. There's there's office chair number 1, and then our dismal little TV connected to my PS3, but dismal. And then you might remember this from the good old days. We don't have a place for our bikes yet, so they sometimes double in our office or out here, but we just used our office for a production meeting, so that's why they're out here right now. Here's our desk, which that's where the magic happened last time, so you're looking, the opposite way now. So that's what happens there. There's Giles. He's sleeping. Well, awake now, but was sleeping. And there's Dean, who also was sleeping, but is now awake. Alright, here's our bedroom, which you're going to see here. There's our bookshelves, recently painted, because we were feeling more in the artistic mood once we got here, so we painted them up, and Kelsey's necklaces. Yeah, we recently did all those up, so there's my James Rollins, Clive Cussler, my Star Wars books right behind Danny. There's Kelsey's Twilight books. Blech. There's our dresser. I painted it myself once we got here, so it's kind of cool and funky and fun. And then our Superman homage on top of it, which doesn't have a lot, but there's a lot more stuff we have that we're going to add to it later. There's Kelsey's fun dresser that she painted. Alright, now here's the thing about our bathroom. Our toilet lid is off, so it's kind of noisy right now because there's like a pump on it that like whistles now. Like I mean, I'll show you like how bad it whistles. It whistles. So it's going to be kind of noisy in there, so I'm not really going to talk much, but I'll show you kind of the horror theme, then I'll show you the whistling part, and when you turn on the light, the fan goes on, so it's really loud in there. So I'm sure you can imagine how annoying that whistling noise is. You saw that we had the sandal on there because if we put it at the right position, then it stops whistling, and that's nice. But when we don't catch it, it's really annoying. And then we come into our production room suite thing. So it's pretty empty right now because this is what we keep empty. We have a table out there with yet another office chair that we bring out here to the middle, and we sit around it. There's my wall across this so far. I want eventually a whole wall, but I'll do that for now. We got our 2 whiteboards for kind of smaller ideas that we're working on. We got this chair for $5 and it was nasty and blue, and then our roommate Ellen bought some fabric and made it look all awesome. Got that table over by the dumpster and it was nasty brown. We cleaned it up, spray painted it blue. It was cool. There's my big whiteboard with all the stuff we're working on, including the logo or my production company. Awesome. There's our to-do list by Christmas. Gotta work on some stuff. But the next thing we're working on is Grind, the coffee shop idea. So these are kind of some of the things that we met about and stuff we gotta work on. Cool. And then over my shoulder is Ellen's room, which is probably just a dark abyss. But I mean, there's nothing. It's a girl's room. There's nothing to see in there. And then there's her bathroom, which also is really nothing to see in here. Oh, I forgot to mention, in this hope chest, 100% filled with board games. And our closet's filled with some board games too. So, can't wait to have kids. There was the tour of our apartment. I'm really happy here. It's kind of nice having a bigger apartment. Obviously not as big as a house like what you have, but having a 3-bedroom apartment is really cool. It's really spacious, and it feels nice to kind of have some open space. It also feels nice to have it clean. Alright, well, not to keep beating the whole Pokemon horse, but you mentioned the first Pokemon movie. Yes. Jeremy and I watched it, and I don't know why you weren't there, but you weren't there. Which would have been kind of funny if you were there, because it was kind of the aftermath of the whole Please story with Corey. Because the whole time we were in line, I kept going to the payphone and checking my our voicemail from the school to see if she had called me. Because previous to that is the message that I left her that I ended with please. And then we went to the movie, and I kept checking to see if she called. And she never did. And she never would again. But probably for the best. Because now she's some weird singer. I have to say, on the Pokemon movie, I rather enjoyed the first one. It is really cheesy, but it was just as cheesy as the TV show. And we loved the TV show. So, there's that whistling. Hold on. I have returned from solving the whistling crisis. Okay, again, so the Pokemon movie. You talked about the music. I will have you know, I still get a song from the first one stuck in my head. It's the part where Ash is supposedly like thrown and like you think he's dead or something. I can't really remember, but I remember him crawling over something and looking down, and he sees all the Pokemon fighting their like clone Pokemon, and the song. I think it's like what's that band who sang that song? Brick. Oh man, what is that? What is that band name? Oh, Ben Folds 5. I think is the song that does that. Anyway, so he's crawling over, and then the song is like, "Brother, my brother, tell me what are we fighting for? We got to end this war." You remember that part? And then that's when Pikachu refuses to fight himself, and the evil Pikachu just keeps beating on him. And then eventually the Pikachu gets really, like, kind of starts to get defeated and tired. And he's like, Pikachu! And then he was wondering, like, why aren't you fighting me, Pikachu? But Pikachu just sits there and takes his beating, which would have looked really cool if, you know, they could have had blood. Because, like, having Pikachu, like, blood splattering and, like, oh, like, beat down and, like, you know, big black eye. And it's like, Pikachu! Dude, that part moved me nearly to tears. So you were cold-hearted if you didn't feel the emotion in that one. Okay, it didn't really move me to tears. But I thought it was cool. I think my voice just cracked. I just woke up, so leave me alone. Alright, well, that's all I got for now. I realize I spent most of my time just showing you the apartment, but now you got to see the apartment. Maybe next time I'll show you around Lakeland so you can kind of get a feel of where we're living and stuff. But the good news is I reached my goal of having 15 people wanting to read Exodus. So now I'm going to upload this video and then upload Exodus so far. So if I do it the other way around, I can post right here where you can see Exodus, or leave it in the comments, or leave it in the description thing below. So maybe I did that. If you don't see anything right here, then I haven't done it yet, and you're just gonna have to wait and look on Facebook or something. So, all right, well that's it for me out here in Florida. I hope to hear from you on time on Monday. So until then, tell the wife and kids I say hello, and I'll see you Monday.